Hey, what's up everybody? Alec Hansen, video 74, 100 videos in 100 days.
Choo choo!
Today I have to give a shout out to Phil Treadwell. Now, if you don't know who Phil is, you're just not paying attention because Phil runs a mortgage industry podcast. He's doing tons of cool work in the mortgage industry, and I got a lot of respect for the guy.
He's a natural born leader.
And I could quote or use a lot of pieces of his content as examples, but there was one interview he recently did with Gary Vee. And I love it. I love that he's out there interviewing like great storytellers and great practitioners and asking questions and pushing our trade forward. But three things really stood out for me from his podcast. I'll include a link below so you can check it out. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well worth listening to, so go listen to it. But here's the three things that stood out to me. Number one was how Phil asked Gary about brand and translating what brand means and building a brand to a traditional mortgage salesperson who is out there beating the streets. And I've said it before, and Gary was so eloquent in it, he just said, look, brand's your reputation. That's all. It's what you're known as. And he just simplistically dropped it and it was over. It was like, that's it. And that was connected a lot of things for me because I've been trying to figure out how to connect brand to reputation. And, you know, Gary and Phil did it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So
There you have it.
that stood out to me a ton. Brand is just your online reputation. And then in the 10-minute or so mark, two knowledge bombs dropped that I just was so encouraged by. Number one, you know, Phil said, you know, when do you find time, or how should someone find time to make content, to put it out in the internet and put it out into the world? It was so good because here's what stood out to me first before I get into like Gary's answer and their conversation. I remember when I first started as a loan officer. I walked into an office and I was like, all right, here we go. And I walked in at 8 o'clock and I had my Dickies and my polo shirt on and I was like, let's go, loan officer time. And I looked around. Hello? Where?
Hello?
Where is this? This is in 2003 when actually like loans could fall out of the sky. 8 o'clock in the morning. Hello? And like 10 o'clock. People start showing up, wandering in. Well, okay, I guess I get it. Maybe everyone here just works really late. 3:30 in the afternoon. Hello? Why is everything dark in the office? Oh my God, everyone's gone. Now I'm not gonna judge those people, except that for me it was an aha moment. People just don't work hard in our business. Oh, you're gonna get offended. I offended somebody. I'm not trying to offend you. You clearly work hard. But I've discovered that people in the mortgage industry, sales professionals, don't work very hard. Now, if you're one of the hardworking people and you're getting offended, then I'm sorry. But if you're not one of the hardworking people, you're probably not watching this video. So you probably don't care. But I was shocked that just people didn't work very hard. And I was like, man, I'm gonna kill this. I remember 23 years old. I'm like, oh, this is a wide open field. Here we go. So, and I'll quote Gary on this one because he said it. I wrote it down right here, and I was dying. And the question was, when should I be producing content? And the question, like the answer back was, when you're sitting in the office waiting for the phone to ring. It killed me. I was like, oh, because it's that easy, guys. You just turn the camera on and you're filming. You don't need to like spend an hour like, oh, let me film up, let me get the room ready. And oh my gosh, it was so great. But then the follow-up punch, the 1-2 punch was, you've put busy work on a pedestal, not results driving work. That to me is true for so many things in our lives, by the way. How many times are we putting busy work? Because if you got mad earlier, you're like, I'm so busy.
I'm just so busy. I don't have any time to...
And then we like really get into like your day. Is it full of busy work? Here's my example. When I was prospecting agents, I keep translating this back to the effort we did as young professionals prospecting referral partners. Weekends were 1 to 4. And so that was the only time you could go see agents face to face outside in the wild. That was it. Broker preview, Thursday, Friday, and weekends 1 to 4. And broker preview was like 1 to 4. That was it. That's the time. So that's when you go out to visit them. That's like when you do the work, because everything else is busy work. Everything else around those hours was busy work. Those hours were relationship building hours and they were non-negotiable. I don't care if you're puking in the bush, you go puke in the bush, you run in there, you say hi, and you're out. That is the power of results driven work. That block becomes crucial, and that's the block that you never sacrifice. And yet we get so busy in our day that we start sacrificing results-driven work, because now we know I want you to put stuff out on the internet and build digital brand and reputation, and we have a hard time carving our time out because we're just so gosh darn busy. So go listen to the entire podcast. Give Phil a high five. Enjoy the content there. Enjoy just digging into learning new things. And thanks, Phil. Thanks for being a leader in space. Man, see you guys later.